car, I said. She grabbed my hand, girls rescue, met the bar, witness said. Tears fled the head, I'm weak, not dead, she sweet, I guess she confessed. She thinking less, not drinking less. Bathroom says, best it gets, spontaneous, I stereotype. Put to rest tonight. Imagine, believe, and achieve, it works. Skyline as a rise like fireworks. Smell through the bat, don't touch my purse.
Hey, hello everybody, and welcome to this edition, the first edition of season 3 of After the Storm, your Oklahoma City post-game analysis live stream. And so we're going to say it was a good game tonight. The Thunder played the Jazz, and I will say this: we looked really good, but you could tell our guys that played J-Dub, J-Will, they just looked so much better than the Jazz players and so much better than our players. It was almost like you could tell they were veterans. It's like veterans playing against rookies. It wasn't really fair, and J-Dub and J-Will basically just took the show right off the bat. And then, of course, we're joined by his first time trying to check everything out, my guy Nathan Taylor. Hey, what's up, Nate?
Hey, Matt. Sorry about the background noise.
No, you're at the fireworks.
Fireworks.
You're at the fireworks in Yukon, right?
Yeah, over here in Yukon.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
they asked me if I wanted to go. I'm like, no, I got to do the show. And they're like, oh yeah, the Thunder. Yeah, the Thunder play tonight, which means after the storm. So yeah, no fireworks for me, no fun for me. But tomorrow night I'll be watching the fireworks, but not tonight. And then of course Aces.
Well, what about tomorrow night? I said it'd be a little earlier tomorrow night, won't it?
Well, Thunder don't play
Don't we
tomorrow.
have to get tonight?
Thunder play Wednesday. We play
Wednesday. That's right.
It's tonight, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday.
Saturday.
Yeah,
okay.
so we play Wednesday night against the Sixers, I believe, and I forget who we play. I don't have it on this particular.
I think we play Memphis too, right? Memphis.
Maybe it's the Grizzlies on Wednesday and the Sixers on Thursday or something like that, but I don't have it right here in front of me.
Yeah.
The schedule right in front of me. I have it on the Unpopular Hour, but I don't have it on this, and I will Wednesday, and I'll get that all figured out. I just didn't put it on this one today. But what is your take on what you saw? I mean, J-Dub and J-Will were what you thought, don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, the two Williamses, if it wasn't for the last name Williams, I don't think we'd have scored. I'd say that Shackelford actually hit a few shots. I mean, I know he's not going to make the roster, but
he
hit a few shots. He did pretty good.
He missed the shots that he missed. Like I tell people, there's a difference between misses and misses. He had misses. He didn't have misses.
Yeah.
He had misses where they were in and out. So, when you're doing like that, you just keep shooting. And I love how J-Dub went back to him, and then he knocked down that first three that he finally had. But, J-Dub and J-Will, the Williams brothers Williams boys, had our first 11 points.
Oh, yeah.
But J-Dub just looked like the reason why he was the second place as far as rookie vote getters in the NBA last year. I don't know if I would play him more than maybe one more game, even if that. I don't think this is going to do him any good. He is just head and shoulders above everybody that's either on either side.
Right. Yeah, no, Jalen Williams, I mean, he looked in mid.
Well, J-Dub. Say J-Dub, not J-Will. J-Dub.
Yeah, J-Dub. Yeah. Yeah, J-Dub looked in midseason. Well, of course, J-Will, man. I mean, golly, what do you have?
He had like two or three charges. But, I mean, that's what, that's the thing. The Thunder don't have a big man. But, with somebody coming down the middle, and like I said, had he been in the game against the Charlotte Hornets, he takes that charge that Jeremiah Robinson Earl couldn't get the rebound and couldn't block a shot or whatever. J-Will takes the charge back there in that game, and I think that changes the outcome for the Thunder.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, J-Will, I apologize. He's, led the league in charges last year, right?
Yeah, he did. Yes, he did.
Something like that.
Remember, he only played probably, 50 games?
50 games?
60 maybe?
Yeah, something like that. But as well as I do when you get to the playoffs, though, as we saw in the play-in game a little bit, they don't call the charges near as much as they do in the regular season.
They will call a charge. They will call a charge, but they don't call the bumps. That's the difference. They will call a charge, but they won't call that where you're coming up and you're bumping them a little bit, because this is the deal. Like I would tell my kids when I was coaching, when you go to the basket, this is what I was taught. You go to the basket, thinking that there's not going to be a call. That means you're going to score. So if you get the call, great. That's an and one. But if you don't get the call, you're still scoring. If you're like James Harden and worried about the damn call, you're not going to get anything accomplished because then you're just going to be in your head, oh, they're not calling anything for me tonight, blah, 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 and then you're going to be non-existent. So that's kind of like the difference in it, because in the playoff, like I said, there's a difference between this regular season and the NBA season and the playoffs. Just like in football, they don't call the same stuff in the regular season that they call they don't call in the postseason what they call in the regular season. They let stuff go a little bit more because they're like, okay, we got y'all all healthy. Now we want you to be the best players to win the game, and not unless you're Tom Brady, you get a call, the Tuck rule, whatever the hell that is. I still don't know. I still know what that is.
Totally agree.
Yeah, and then of course Chet.
Totally agree.
What is your thing with Chet? How do you what do you give Chet?
Well,
be honest.
He had some blocks. He didn't. Man, he made some mistakes. He needs to get his footing. He didn't play real well. I mean, there were some shots he could have easily made and missed.
He's slow.
Yeah, he needs to get. He's out of condition, man. He needs to get.
That's
condition.
Clearly he's out of condition. This is my take on it.
Well, I mean, he hadn't played the actual game yet, So
no, my
I think he just needs to catch up to speed.
His shot is slow. He's real methodical in his shot, which is going to cost him later. Hit all that ball handling. He got ripped at the end of the game because they understand he likes to go behind the back a lot, and he's not paying attention to his surroundings. He's focused on whatever's there with him because he's used to that in college. You know what I'm saying? That's why I was trying to say all this ball handling nonsense that you saw him do. That don't work out here, not on this level. And he got ripped last year. He's got stole from this year. Now against inferior players that he's better than, you could just see. And Potter did get him back because he was abusing Potter in the second quarter. And I will say that I give Chet a solid B tonight. I mean, I thought he did well in defending the basket.
I mean, it's going to take some time.
Yes.
I mean, he's not going to learn it all in 5 minutes, No, I mean, it's going to take a little bit of time.
But his stat line is about what I thought it was going to be, and what it's going to be is what I think his stat line will be, especially once you get SGA Josh in the game, because you can see the way
and he's going to have less attention too when all those other guys are around. But I'm okay with the stat line he had. I'm just I'm hoping his shooting percentage come up just a little bit.
Well,
as I think it will.
It will. But like I said, I liked what I saw from him, but he's about what I thought. And then people are doing what they're doing. They're coming at him. They're attacking his body and going into him, so the shot blocking doesn't really go on. But to try to go dunk on him, that's a whole nother can of worms. I don't know if that's necessarily something that you can do.
Well, we're gonna see real quick. I mean, I remember last year the guy from Memphis,
just pounding him down low. Yeah,
I mean, not that he's an NBA player, but he's gonna go up against him, and I guarantee he's probably gonna throw him around a little bit.
Yeah, just like he did last year. I will say the Trey Man looked really good. I like what I saw from him. He was more under control. Wasn't herky jerky.
Dunk.
That dunk
was amazing, wasn't
it? People, go to YouTube, okay, and search the Oklahoma City Thunder Trey Man dunk. Oh my God! And there's something that
it was pretty amazing.
Yeah, we usually make a comment that I cannot do on TV. Jang. I watched Jang.
Jang looked horrible, didn't he?
Dude, he's slow, man. He's awful slow. He's very. He and Chet remind me a lot of each other. They're very methodical. They're very. The way they move, it's let me get this. I'm going slow. I'm like, bro, you can't. You got like I teach my kids. You got to move the ball quicker. I was training the kid today. I was like, hey man, you're moving too slow. You've got to that ball's got to be boom, 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 boom. It can't be boom, boom, boom. It's got to be boom, boom. It can't be boom, boom. And he and Chet both dribble the same way, but his shot is slow. He can't take people off the dribble. He can't finish. He's soft. But like I said, I'm not going to give him a grade until after the middle of next year to the end. I'm not going to grade him because he's a European guy. Butler, I thought he gave us some good energy early. I wasn't necessarily overly pleased with him late. Kind of showed why he's missed, and he, dropped to 40th. And, the guy, when he was at Baylor, he was impressive. but it just you could tell a little bit
Oh yeah.
that he was really good early. I liked what he was doing, but by the end of the game, they had kind of figured him out, and he moves a little slow as well, which bothered me. But I did like Shackelford. I did like the way that he shot the basketball. Even though I agree with you, he'll be a G League player at best. And maybe
Yeah,
I won't
absolutely.
say at best. Injuries could happen, and we do need a shooter. And
You could have a two-way deal.
and
Yeah.
he looks like a shooter. He looks like a guy that can
Yeah,
shoot it.
yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
He's an Isaiah Joe kind of guy.
yeah, I liked what I saw out of him when it came to that, so I was really pleased. But that being said, first quarter stats. Here we go. The score was 16-13, which the Thunder I thought we would score more than 16 points, but I think J-Dub.
Yeah, well, I mean, if it wouldn't have been for Jalen Williams, we probably would have only had about 5 points.
Yeah, we had 11 points, 11 and 16 with the Williams brothers.
Yeah.
And then 3-point percentage.
So.
The Jazz were 1 for 6 for 25% from the field. They were terrible. Our defense really did a good job with them. 14 rebounds, 6 pips. With my favorite stat, the pip points in the paint. 6 points for the Jazz, 2 turnovers. Oklahoma City 2 for 7 from 3. And the ones that we missed, we did not miss badly. They were in and out, so they were good. The shots all looked good. I liked what I saw from us on our 3-point shooting tonight, even though we were 2 for 7. A couple of those, we could have very easily been 5 for 7, very easily, I thought. 35% from the field, 14 rebounds, 8 pips, 3 turnovers, and then, of course, bench scoring was 2-2. And what was your thought after watching the end of the first quarter?
Oh, I just thought we came out flat. I mean, and you're just getting back into it. First game, I mean, they looked like they just kind of didn't really know what was going on and hadn't played together a whole lot. There's some easy, some stupid turnovers. Chet dribbled it off his foot. I think that was in the first quarter, but just kind of lazy passes here and there, and just kind of trying to get their legs under them.
Yep, agreed.
But the Jazz looked the same way.
Right, and we started J-Dub, J-Will, Chet, Trey, and Jang, which is about what I thought we would do. I knew Trey would probably start and J-Dub because I figured those would be the 2 guards, and I didn't know because I said earlier today I thought that you would do J-Will at center, Chet at forward, at the power forward, and Jang at the small forward, and then Trey and J-Dub would be your guards. That's kind of what I thought when I was thinking about it today, what your starting lineups should be. That's kind of what I thought. What were your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I thought that's about what I thought. I'm going to look forward to seeing Cason Wallace. I hope they kind of throw him in the starting lineup just to kind of see what he can do.
Yeah, but we won't see him until we won't see him until Summer League.
No, not till you won't see him until Salt Lake. Yeah, you won't see him until Salt Lake.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, till Vegas, right?
Yeah, you're right. Vegas on Saturday. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is dumb. I'm like, why the hell?
So I'm kind of interested to see what they do there.
Yeah, I agree with you too. I know kind of what I feel they're going to do. I don't think J-Dub is going to play. I think he might play one more game. And to me, it's like, why? I mean, it was like Josh last year.
He doesn't need to be out there.
Yeah, it was like Josh last year. Josh played 2 games. It's like, yeah, dude, this. I mean, he's playing around. He's just, the only thing you can do is get somebody hurt. I mean, Josh was so much better than everybody on the court last year. And I think it's the same thing this year. J-Dub is just so much better than either side. And his defense is
You think J. Will's going to play a lot more? Or?
I like J. Will. I think you need to – I like the fact that they were subbing J. Will and Chet in for each other and still playing them together because that allows Chet to be out. But I think the biggest issue with Chet is he can't defend on the wing, which is one of the issues that I had saw. And what I saw this year is that he can't defend on the wing. So that pretty much says that J-Dub and J. Will are going to be subbing for each other. That's what that says to me. I just don't think.
Well, did you notice, too, he was kind of lazy getting up and down the floor. Did you notice that, too, or was that just me? Chad, I'm talking about.
Yeah, Jay Will is like that, too. He will jog, and after he gets beat a couple times, or he'll do a SGA, and Josh jumped on him, and so he will get back. But they all are very big men are very casual
Well, you
about
think
getting
as
back.
small as he is, I mean, I'm not saying, just because of the weight, but I mean, you think I don't know, I'd like to see him just, hustle a little bit more, but maybe it's just me. I don't know.
I think you may be right to the fact that he was struggling with his oxygen. Plus, it's not exactly, Utah's kind of high up there. Well, no, and I went up there for my rookie
Yeah.
camp. When I went there for rookie camp, I'm like, why can't I breathe? Where's my air at? What is the deal here? Why am I hurting?
Sure.
But anyway, to start the second quarter, you started with Chet, Trey Mann, Butler, Shackelford, and God, my mind just went.
Maldonado.
Maldonado. Can't believe I can't say his name. Maldonado. And that was our starting for the second quarter. And our bugaboos all year last year was second quarter, start second quarter, start a fourth quarter. Those were our bugaboos all last year. And this year, this game, I was looking. Those are things that I was searching for myself, and I will say that Butler kind of got us off started really, really good in that second quarter, doing some things, and Chet was, I think he was getting it done. He came out, he made a couple things happen, got a shot block, got us out in transition, was hustling, and it looked like the Thunder players made an effort to try to get Chet some confidence. That's what it looked like to me.
Sure.
They looked like they were trying to feed him because I know that one time J-Dub was wide open in the corner and he just went to the basket and shot a little shot and he made it. But I'm like, okay, bro, why are you coming in traffic when you got a man wide open in the corner? That's what I'm saying. Those are things that he will learn, and that's what things that I was thinking that last year, him sitting on the bench, those are things that I thought he would pick up. You drive to the basket. Our guys are always open in the corners because we drive, draw, and dish. The 3Ds. You drive, you draw, you dish. So anyway, but other than that,
that's the number one driver in the NBA as well, too.
As well, yes, he's the number one finisher. So anyway, I liked what I saw from Chet. He kind of got his legs under him. I liked the Thunder pulled him in the first quarter when he was struggling, got him back in there, and they force fed him, and then he made a couple plays and missed a couple shots, missed the dunk.
Trying
to do too much. I mean, he jumped too soon. It's like, bro, your legs ain't there yet, man. And that was simply because he had just ran up and down the court a couple times, and his legs just wasn't there for him to elevate high enough to do that because he barely got that's what we always tell people. Hey, bro, you got to be over the rim to dunk. You can't be at the rim. You got to be over the rim, and we tease people about that all the time. But another note I had is J-Dub still can't finish quarters. He couldn't finish the first quarter. He couldn't finish the second quarter.
Yeah, no, he was struggling there at the end of the first quarter.
Yeah,
and second quarter. He just
can't finish. And that was the thing that last year, SGA, which was when we were trying to lose, and this is when I knew we were trying to lose. SGA always finishes every quarter. He plays the whole first quarter.
Yep.
He gets in usually 6-8 minutes of the second quarter, and he finishes. Okay? When we were trying to lose, they were pulling SGA out with 2 minutes to go in the second quarter. I'm like, why are you pulling SGA out in the second quarter? You haven't done that all year long. Now you're trying to lose. Yeah, that's right. But anyway, I didn't like J-Dub in there because he couldn't finish. He doesn't have – one of the things I teach Shannon and my kids is you have to have a go-to move at the end of the quarters or at the end of a half or at the end of a game. And Jason Tatum, he doesn't have one either. Jalen Brown, he doesn't have one either. They don't have a go-to move at the end of a game, end of a quarter, depending on which side I'm on. I have to have a go-to move that I know I'm going to get the shot off every single time. Mine was the 2 hard dribbles to the right, cross back over to the middle, and pull up about the foul line. That was my go-to move if I had to have it. And then if you were playing me too close, then I'm going to take your ass to the basket and dunk on you. That was kind of it.
Did you ever do that to Randy, just out of curiosity?
No, Randy was a little physical. Randy liked to hold.
I mean, that doesn't surprise me.
Randy liked to grab. And plus, you could dunk on Randy. You couldn't dunk on him because he was way too Randy was one of the sneakiest guys I've ever been around. I mean, he looks like he's almost like a Larry Bird. When you look at him, you think this guy can't play. And then next thing you know, he's got 17 points, 18 points, 10 assists, and 3 steals and 7 rebounds. Where the hell did that come from? When we won the
where did that come from?
Yeah, we won the All College. He's still mad at me about a play I did, but he had 24 points and he basically won. Even though I got MVP of the tournament, he was definitely the MVP of the championship game. And then of course Trey May had his dunk. But here's my notes from the second quarter. Jang is just slow. He's a 3-point shooter. That's what he is. That's what I've seen.
But he can't shoot 3-point.
Well, but I'm just saying when he's open and he takes his time, but his shot is so slow. And so that's what I saw out of Jang.
He looks like Kyle Anderson, right?
Yeah, and Chet is the exact same way. The shot is just slow, man. I'm like, dude, you got to get that shot off quicker than that, because the problem in the NBA is these guys are 6'8", 6'9", or 6'10", and yeah, you've made the move to get open, but then once you slow down, then the move that you made to get open, that gap is narrowed or is non-existent.
Yeah, because they close out a lot faster.
They close out a lot faster.
Close out a lot faster in the NBA.
But I thought our perimeter defense had vastly improved. We got a lot of turnovers. We made a lot of shots. They were terrible in transition D. They were terrible in transition defense.
They were
in that second quarter. I'm looking at them. I'm like, you guys aren't getting back. What is the deal? Why aren't y'all getting back? I don't understand. I'm glad they weren't. But we've always
that's right.
The Thunder are very good in transition offense. We're very good at that, and especially with SGA and Josh, we do get the ball up the floor, and we can finish. And now you've got J-Dub to hit, and SGA can finish, and then Josh can finish. So I like what I saw there in the second quarter. And second quarter stats, halftime stats, the Thunder were up 16. We were up 3, remember, and then, of course, we ended up being 16, which is we started the quarter slow, but then we just beat them up on the defensive end and in transition, yes.
Yeah.
59-43. The Jazz were 5 for 15 from 3, 37% from the field, 26 rebounds, 20 pips, points in the paint, 6 turnovers. And, of course, the Thunder only had 1 turnover in the second quarter. We had 3 in the first quarter, only had 1. Thunder 7 for 16 from 3, almost 50%. That's a good, 40%, probably, around that.
7 for 16, probably around 40.
40.
Around 40.
46.8% from the field, 26 rebounds, 26 pips, and then, of course, we outscored them 13-4 in bench scoring. And then when you look at what Chet did, Chet was 5 for 10 for 10 points, 5 rebounds, 1 block. J-Dub, 21 points, 8 for 12, 3 for 4 from 3. He had 3 of our 7 threes.
He's his 3-point percentage. I mean, you could see it towards the end of last year too. I think he's going to be probably about a 38 to 40% 3-point shooter by the time it's all said and done. But
this year, yeah, and it may be better because we do have a shooting coach, and his stroke really looked good.
Oh man. Oh yeah. Well, and I think, I'm hoping, this is just a hope of mine, but I'm hoping Josh, maybe get up there about 35, 36% this year.
Well, we need him over that.
Chips help.
We need him about 30, anywhere from 35.
Well, I know, but I'm trying to be realistic instead of hopeful.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I agree. He's got to get there, and I think he can. But I agree with you. He's got to get up there. But I love what I saw here in the second quarter. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and take a quick break and thank our sponsors, Collaborative Logic. Appreciate everything they do for us on keeping us up and running. In fact, I got to get my stream deck to them. I need to do that probably Wednesday or Thursday.
Yeah,
so
you do.
Yeah, I know I do. It makes it nice and easy when I can push a button. But if you have any computer needs, you need your office to run smoother, they can do that. They can write software to make your office more efficient. They can also design websites for you to make your deal do it. But the thing I like about them most is if something's wrong, they can remote into the specific computer and fix it without having to disrupt your office. SRB, if you have any engineering, surveying, or planning, my guy Mark Long is the dude for that. And then Oak Grove Trucking and Jose Fierro. He is my man. I appreciate him giving me my USA jersey to wear today for the USA team, which that slaughter that they beat up on Taloga Yoga or whatever they're called, whatever they are. Anyway, Greg and Max Nafy and Nafco, I appreciate them supporting me and sponsoring like they always do. And then YNB, family owned and operated since 1912. They are the bank that makes things happen. They're an equal housing lender, member of the FDIC, and proud sponsor for us to go out and support minority women and black-owned businesses in the OKC area. You can pre-qualify online with the guys at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com. But they are a personal bank, aren't you, Nate? And they would like for you guys
Dude,
to
let me, can I just need to interject here.
Yeah,
And I was going to say this the other day, but I just didn't get a chance to. You know, and everybody out there listening, like, I'm not saying this just because I work there. You know, I've worked at 3 other banks, and we truly are a family-owned bank, and we try to make not just to the family, but the employees. Randy is an amazing guy to work for. I wouldn't be anywhere else, and we try to trickle that down to our customers as well as the employees. I mean, we're all trying to be one big family, and that's not me just saying. That's actually how it really is.
Yeah, I agree. I've been banking there and I used to work. That was my first job, as a matter of fact, at YNB. They put me in collections. That was my first job.
Oh, that was fun.
Yeah.
That was fun, wasn't it?
Guess who was Randy and I's boss? Kent. He was our boss.
Oh, jeez, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I agree. Kent has.
No, I'm just kidding. Kent's a great boss. He's a great boss.
He really is. And you can go into the main bank at 401M, downtown Yukon, YNB East, which is on US 66th. And the Yukon Parkway or 39th Expressway, however you want to look at it. YNB Mustang 218 North Mustang Road, YNB Parkway, which is on I-40 and Garth Brooks Boulevard, just south of I-40, right there in front of Integris. And the bank that I usually go to is YNB Peoples, 6201 Northwest 23rd, between Rockwell and MacArthur. I'll go there to see Dennis or our boy Eddie. That's what I say, because that's what I usually do.
Oh, gosh.
DT Construction and Consulting, our guy Drew Henthorn. If you want if you have any needs for any roofing or anything like that, if something's wrong with your house, you need some construction stuff done, Drew is the man. 405-209-4051. That's 405-209-4051. Hit our boy up. He is respectful, local, and loyal. If you got some needs for some stuff, go ahead and hook. Our boy will hook you up for sure. But anyway, the Thunder, nice run there in the second quarter to open up the third. And, of course, the third has always been the Thunder's quarter. We led, I don't know if you even knew this, Nate, we led the league last year.
Oh, yeah,
in point differential.
Point differential in the third quarter?
Yep, third quarter. And that's what we always make our run. But then, once again, we start the fourth quarter, and we never could get a lineup in the second and fourth quarters, especially the fourth, that worked, that we could just make work for whatever reason.
No, and I'm telling you, man, if they made basketball a three-quarter game, we probably would have been the number 1 seed last year.
Oh, yeah, no doubt, no doubt. But the fourth quarter was just the beginning of the fourth quarter, which always made me mad. I'm like, play SGA, put him in there with 8 minutes to go. Why are you waiting the 6 minutes? Those 2 minutes are huge. And every time he would do it, we would make him run and win. But you understand, though, they were trying to
like he's 35 years old.
You know what? They wanted one more bite. They wanted one more bite at the apple. Come on now.
Yeah,
and
they did.
They wanted one more bite at the apple. So, and we were one. What's so funny is the Thunder shouldn't even try that. Every time we try to lose, we can't lose. Remember 2 years ago when we won 6 out of our last 10 or something stupid like that, and we needed to lose?
Oh, yeah.
And we just couldn't lose. Then
you remember that Phoenix game?
Yes. I mean, it's just.
Poku gets a triple-double. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. I mean, it's just the Thunder are not good at tanking. Don't ever. Let's stop. I guess we'll stop now anyway because we won't. There's no way we can do it anymore. But, I'm like, dude, last year we were 1 game away from being the 8th seed instead of the 12th seed. Did you know that? We were 1 game out.
Yeah, that gap was really narrow.
Yep, 1 game was 1 game for us being the 8th overall seed, which may or may not made a difference, but I do believe we would probably have Taylor Hendricks. I do believe we would have had him.
Yeah.
That's a big loss. That's a big loss. But
hey,
anyway,
we still may.
I agree. This outside chance, because they want Vasilek. So we'll see how that works. But anyway,
Yeah.
Thunder start the third quarter with J-Dub, J-Will, Chet, Man, and James, just the way they started the game, which I like. I like the continuity of whoever you start the game with, you start the third quarter with. I like that because everybody gets into a flow of where I'm going to be when I'm coming off the bench. So I really like that.
So you, when Dagnall did that last year when he switched up halftime, you didn't like that?
I didn't like that because it never worked.
Okay.
I mean, occasionally, I won't say never. It worked occasionally.
The thing that I liked about it was, when I'm used to Scott Brooks, who brings out Perkins in the second half, and when there's 5 guards out there.
Right.
So I mean, a little bit of breath of fresh air for me, but I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, my deal is with that, and you'll notice when we were winning, what did he do? He started the first quarter and the third quarter. Yeah, same guy. He kept a flow, because what I'd always said on my show is players like to get into a flow. Okay, I know that I'm not starting, but I know I'm going to come in with 8 minutes to go or 7 minutes. I know kind of what my clock is, and then when you mess it up, because sometimes I could see that, like, he'd start Muscala or whatever because he was hot the second quarter. I'm like, because you're hot at the end of the second quarter does not mean that's going to carry over to the start of the third quarter. That doesn't mean that, but I understand his philosophy behind it. But my deal is you start the same group of guys, and once you got into a flow where you started SGA, Josh, J-Dub, J-Will, and Dort, that lineup, the Thunder went on a run. Agreed?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Agreed.
Once you start them first quarter, third quarter, but my problem is then he would sit J-Will out with 8 minutes to go, 7 minutes to go in the third quarter, and we may not see him again for the rest of the game. I'm like,
no, that used to drive me crazy.
What are you doing? Here's your guy. He's going to be clearly your backup center to Chet. And why would you not play him as much as you possibly could to get him even that much more skilled for Chet, to be with Chet, to back him up? Why would you not do that? Oh, that's right, because you're trying to lose.
I don't know. I think, that's it. You're right. Yeah, but I sure would have liked to seen him more. Him and Aaron Wiggins. My God, can Aaron Wiggins please get some playing time this year?
He'll get some playing time because we're not trying to lose. This is, like I said, the Thunder showed their hand when at the end of, I think it was the Detroit game or whatever, it's like in some other game, they played their best 8. That was it. There was no Lindy Waters. There was no Kendricks. There was no – they played their last – it was SGA, Josh, J-Dub, J-Will, Aaron Wiggins, Isaiah Joe, and Dort. That's who you saw. And Sarge. That's who you saw. And you barely saw Sarge.
Yeah, that's right, Sarge.
You barely saw Sarge.
Yeah, you didn't see Sarge very much.
You barely see him very much. You saw those 7 because they knew, hey, one, you got to have your best defensive players out there, which you can hide Josh a little bit, but players also know, oh, Josh is out there, let me attack him. They're going to attack the weakest player, like the Thunder attacked Horton or whatever his name is tonight. They just attacked him every time. Chet, he got dunked on by Trey. Chet went at him every time he saw him. J-Dub just blew him by him like he wasn't nothing. So they attacked him every time. But like I said, I like what the Thunder did. They picked up right where they left off last year in the third quarter, doing what they're doing. I like the transition defense looked a lot better this game, or as the game went on, especially in the second quarter. Transitional defense, we got back. Third quarter, we got back, and then once we made the subs, they went on that nice, 14-4 run or something like that to close out
something like
the third quarter. But what I saw is that when you have your guys in there, they're doing a better job of getting back. J-Will, J-Dub, Trey Mann, they were doing a better job of getting back, slowing down the offense, making them set up. And on the flip side of that, the Jazz did a good job, too, towards the end of the third quarter, getting back in transition defense. And like I said, Shackelford, dude, I like it. He may be a secret. He may be that shooter that we need because his shot and the way it looks and it just comes off, and he's just very confident. So I agree with you. I really like that kid, even though he missed a couple. I like the fact he had shooter's mentality.
Didn't he play on our summer league team last year, or was he on our G League team last year? Or
I thought he's a rookie.
I could have swore I saw him on the on the summer league team last year. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I thought he played last year. But
I think
again, could be wrong on that.
Our summer league roster, Shackford is a rookie from Alabama. Jaden Shackford.
Okay.
He's a rookie from Alabama. Because I've got our summer league's roster up here right now, with Butler, Jang, and everybody. And like I said, I think we did not see Keontae tonight, which I thought was kind of
I'm looking forward to that, man.
Yeah, but we saw Maldonado and we saw, we saw him. We saw Shackelford. So I'm wondering. We even saw Zaire Smith.
I didn't see AJ Williams either. I was kind of looking forward to him.
Yeah,
a little bit, but we'll see. I mean,
it's
another Williams. We got to have 4 Williamses on the floor at the same time.
I just think that I'd be surprised, and I'm sure a lot of these guys are going to play. I think what they wanted, the Thunder saw what they needed to see. How well J-Dub was going to look, J. Will's going to look along. Well, they wanted to see what J-Dub, J. Will, and Chet look like together. That's what they wanted to see, and I think they got everything they wanted to see. I like what I saw when I saw 3 of them together, and like I said, I beat up Chet all the time, and I want him to be more, but I'm not, I'm not against him, but because I want him to succeed, because if he succeeds, that means the Thunder succeeds. So I do want us to win, but but anyway, in the third quarter, the score is 82-62, and Jazz was 7 for 25 from 3. Man, we just did not get. They didn't get a lot of open looks. They did get some, but for the most part, our wing defense or our defense was there. So I will say that for the most part, that I liked what I saw. Us picking the ball up, not giving away. Because last year we gave up a lot of open threes. Our perimeter defense was very suspect last year, but this year, starting out this summer, it looks like the Thunder have really made that a priority, and I like what I saw. 35% from the Jazz from the field. Go ahead.
I was going to say, another thing I really noticed over the last couple of years and tonight too, the turnovers are they're doing a lot better job of not turning the ball over. Because, I remember, the Russ and KD area.
Well, that's because of Russ.
We'd average 20 turnovers a game.
Because that's Russ.
Well, yeah, but,
that was Russ. Come on.
I'm just glad. I don't like that basketball, though. I like clean basketball, and this is I like how they're taking care of, making an emphasis to take care of the ball.
Well, what I said all of last year is, if the Thunder have averaged 12 to 13, 14 turnovers a game, which they did, okay, they're going to win games. They can't turn the ball over 17 to 20 times. Against a good team, you turn the ball over that much, you give up 6, 8 points, 10 points because of turnovers. That's ball game. You can't give a Golden State that. You can't give Phoenix that. You can't give the Clippers, the Lakers, Denver. You can't give any of them 10 points. You can't. And so the Thunder only averaged, I want to say it was like 14, which is I was saying that last year, is that if we continue to average that, that we could win games, and we did. But anyway, 38 rebounds, 30 pips, 11 turnovers. We were 12 for 25 now. How about that? 12 for 25. We were 7 for 16,
That's
right?
pretty good.
We were 7 for 16, 12 for 25.
7 for 16. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so anyway, that made us 5 for 9 for the third quarter. 5 for 9 for the third quarter. Not bad shooting. 46% from the field, 39 rebounds, out-rebounded by 1. The pips, the points in the paint, were even, and I don't like that. I like when we dominate the points in the paint, but we usually don't do that unless SGA is playing. 12 turnovers, which were quite a bit. Then, of course, we're outscoring them now by 5, and bench scoring 22 to 17. So, overall, I like what I saw in the third quarter. Like I said, point differential, we did what we needed to do there. And when I look at what we scored, 16, 43, and 23. The second quarter was the thing. But anyway, 23 points there in the third quarter. And, like when SJ is in there and Josh, we'll be at a 30. We're not going to score 95 points a game.
And those quarters are 10 minutes instead of 12.
10 minutes, 12, so. Yes. Makes a difference. It makes a difference. So still 95 points is a lot of points, but it did cost them the second quarter with them doing what they did. So, and did you get to watch the game? Did you watch it on NBA TV on your phone, or what were you doing?
Yeah, I was trying to. Yeah, I watched the first half at the house, and then I was trying to watch the other half on the phone, but it kept buffering so bad out there. There's so many people on the network. I didn't get a chance to watch much of the fourth quarter.
Well, the fourth quarter they came back on us, but we ended up in the fourth quarter. Well, first of all, we started the fourth quarter with Chet, Shackelford, Trey Mann, Butler, and Maldonado was who we started with. So we, of course, shocking. Guess what happened? They continued their run for the end of the third quarter. Fourth quarter, we come out lethargic, doing what Thunder does, which just it frustrates me to no end watching them. It's like, dude, what? I mean, I don't understand. I really don't. I don't get it. I don't understand what the hell it is in the fourth quarter. But one thing we're going to have to solve if we're going to win 50 games, fourth quarter. You're going to have to figure out a starting lineup that comes out in the fourth quarter. And I don't know what that is, whether that's a combination of Josh Giddey and Isaiah Joe or Kaysen, and with Dort maybe, and Chet and J. Will maybe. I don't know, J. Dub, because I know we've tried Josh, J. Dub, J. Will, or not J. Will, Josh, J. Dub, Jang. When we started, we went through a litany of list of players that we tried.
I just didn't like it when he'd be out there without Giddey or SGA on the floor and then having Dort run the point. That's just stupid to me. But
I've always said you got to have one of your two best players on the court at all times. So Josh and if SGA is not on the court, I either want SGA and Josh and J-Dub out, or I want J-Dub and Josh with SGA out, or I want J-Dub and SGA with Josh out. But I want two of those three on the court all the time, unless we're up 20.
I think you're going to find this year, and I know you have to see it to believe it, and I don't disagree with you, but I think you're going to find that this guy that we signed, and I'll butcher his name, but Mikic.
Mikic. I was looking to see how the hell you pronounce the guy's name. But go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know the first name you got me, man, but I think you're going to find that he's probably going to run the backup point most of the time when Josh is not in the game.
Okay, but the point is, then that means, does that mean that Kaysen's not playing? Because this guy's 29. Remember, he's 29.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. I think maybe you remember that 3-guard lineup we used to run with Schroeder and Chris Paul and SGA. That was a good lineup. That
was a nice lineup.
So maybe you'll see something like
that was a nice lineup.
If you put Gallinari and Adams out there, that was talk about a great lineup.
Well, it's so funny. How about Gallinari and Muscala now are in Washington? Because remember our former basketball operations or whatever VP that was under.
That's right.
He is now the GM there.
What's his name?
I forget what his name is.
I know
but he's now he talking about somebody shook it up. Oh my God, dude!
Oh my God, yeah.
I was talking about that today.
He tore that thing down in 5 minutes.
But the squad he got Tyus, he's got Kyle Kuzma, and he's got Poole. And Tyus Jones. Dude, he is. He's he's
good.
Yeah,
he's good. He got some picks and stuff like that.
Yeah,
too.
I like what they got going on there.
You know what I thought was funny was the Rockets, man. What the heck are they doing? Come on.
I did like them. I like the addition of Fred VanVleet. I really did. Because I think that the Rockets...
But not for $130 million, man.
But they overpaid. I agree. But they're desperate. And that's like...
and Dylan Brooks? Are you kidding me?
But this is my thing. This is what This is the difference between the Thunder and the Rockets. The Rockets built a loser mentality because they kept trying to stay in the damn lottery. Okay? The Thunder players revolted last year. SGA and Josh revolted last year against the Thunder doing that. Saying, hell no, we want to win. We're trying to build a winning culture. And then the Thunder went along with it on the surface. Okay. So the difference is that. So to me, they needed some adults in the room there in Houston. Not James Harden, but they needed adults. Whereas the Thunder on the flip side, whereas the Thunder on the flip side, we have an adult in the room as a leader, and then we do have a bunch of young players. So that's the difference in that. And you could tell in the fourth quarter when we were playing these guys what was going on. So then with 3 minutes to go, we're up 88-80. And then guess who's on the floor? Chet, J. Will, Butler, James, and they put Zaire Smith. Okay, then they ended up putting Trey back in the game at the end because, Les, you were talking about the ball handling. So what did that do? That made a huge difference. But Chet, dude, he's in there, didn't get a rebound late. You got to have that. Turn the ball over with that.
Yeah.
And do you know we had 14 turnovers in the last 14 minutes of the game?
Oh, 14 turnovers?
14 turnovers in the last 14 minutes of the game. So
that's horrible.
Yeah, so when you look at the overall stats, the end of the game box score, we had 19 turnovers.
Oh,
you're going to get beat against a good team with 19 turnovers, which is to highlight your story.
Yeah.
But the Thunder ended up winning 95-85. Jazz were 9 for 34 from the field, 38% from the field, 47 rebounds, 42 pips, only 14 turnovers. Remember, they had, 12 at halftime.
12 at halftime.
Yeah, or something like that. So, or 12 in the third quarter. The Thunder, ended up 13 for 31. So we were 1 for 6 in the fourth quarter. Guys jacking the ball up because, we're up 20. And that's why in the NBA, if you're up 20, that doesn't mean anything because guys start jacking the ball up and then they will come in. And that's the thing I love about SGA is that he gets it. Like I tell people, if another team makes a three, which is why we stay so close to Golden State, if they're in Phoenix, if they make a three, go down and make a two. That's only a 1 point difference.
Yep.
If they make another three, come down and score another
most
basket.
of the time he gets fouled too.
Yeah, he gets fouled. But what I'm saying is, when he's not on the floor, they shoot a three, we shoot a three. They make, we miss. They come down, they make, we miss. They come out, make, we miss. We're down 9. And SJ's on the floor, we're down 3. That's the difference. We don't get caught up in that shooting. So the Thunder 13 for 33, 43% from the field, 49 rebounds, 38 pips, 19 turnovers. And then we only outscored them by 10 in bench scoring. And when you compare the first half and the second half, the Thunder were 6 for 15 for 3 the second half. They were 4 for 19. Wow. 4 for 19 from 3 for the second half. We shot 46% for the first half, 43% for the field for overall. They were 37% the first half and 38% for the game. We were tied in rebounds at 26. We out-rebounded them by 2 the second half. And then points in the paint, we had a 6-point advantage at halftime, end up losing by 4. So that's not good. And then, of course, turnovers. We had 15 turnovers to their 8 the second half. Yep, 15 to 8. Not good, which is the reason why they got to come back in. And then bench scoring, we had them by 9, 13 to 4, and then ended up outscoring them by 10. So that in itself was a very, very good thing for the Thunder and what we saw. So what are your takeaways for the game, and what do you think that you saw that you liked and what you didn't like? That's what you can remember.
Well, I think if your name is Williams, you did great. Outside of that, Chet played okay.
Yep.
Like I said, it's kind of hard to give him a grade right now.
I gave him a B because he started out slow, which I did not. It didn't bother me because I'm like, dude, you ain't played in a year. You're pushing yourself. It's your first game. It's on TV. Everybody's watching. You're trying way, way too hard.
Well, and everybody's coming after him too.
Yep.
Everybody wants to punk him. So.
Yep, that's true. That's true. And boy, I'm glad he didn't get posterized. Oh man, that would not be good.
Yeah.
That would have been bad.
No, that would have been bad.
Okay, so
wait though. I think old Lofton's going to probably try to do that to him.
Yeah. Well, my deal is this: how did you rate the Thunder's overall performance in this first game?
I thought it was probably about a B. Maybe B plus. There's room for improvement. Obviously our core guys played great.
Yep.
But I think that, they improved. They ebbs and flows, man. They played great for a little while, and then they, forget who they were for a couple
Well, it
minutes.
depends on who was on the
You know,
court when
turning
they
the ball
forgot.
over.
Well, it depends on who was on the floor when they
Yeah.
forgot who they were, because they don't know who they were because they ain't played.
Right. And Trey Mann, I mean, it's just more of the same for me. I mean, I love Trey Mann. I think he could be a great player, but with him, it's just consistency.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, he's such a streaky player, and if he could ever get consistent, man, he'd be a great player. I mean, you could argue if he shot 50, 40, 90, he'd be, I mean, a fringe all-star. But I mean,
that's not happening.
It's not happening.
Well, my thing with
it's not
Trey
happening.
is when he knocks down his threes, and I don't know why he doesn't know this. When he's at the line, when he's shooting at the 3-point line, his percentage goes up. It's probably around 45 or so percent. But what brings him down is he ends up taking 2-3 shots a game where he's 3 feet behind the 3-point line. And he's got his one foot way out in front of he's got his right foot stuck, a good 6 inches, 7 inches in front of his left foot, and he's shooting. And I'm like, dude, that's horrible form. First of all, you're off balance, and you're not going to make that. But he does tend to do that, and it's like, go get your butt back on the line. Now, if he's in the corner and I got to have a shot, I'd want him shooting the ball probably over 80% of the guys on our team. If he's at the corner, it's at that 3-point line. I like him there. But when you get him out on the wing, it's hard. It's hard to watch. And part of it has been watching him for so long and seeing what he's done. And like I said, he dropped last year when I saw him playing Summer League, and he was jacking up shots here and there. And I'm like, what the hell are you doing? And came out and took 24 shots against the Clippers. And the Thunder, he has not been the same guy since. That's all I know. That's what I saw out of that deal. So, which was very, very frustrating for me. But I will give the Thunder a B. I'm like you, a good solid B, closer to a B minus when I look at all the bench, the role players. When I saw them come in and what they were trying to do now, granted they're trying to make the team. Granted, they're pressing, so they're going to make more mistakes. But I did like when the coach did, what's his name?
Oh, man, don't even get me trying to pronounce that thing.
I know what it is. Aiken Yo-Yo. Yo-Ye. Aiken Yo-Ye.
Yes.
Aiken Yo-Ye. Aiken Yo-Ye. Aiken Yo-Ye. Yo-Ye is his name. I like what he did by putting the older guys back in. I do like the fact that he tried to play Chet as much as possible with some of those other guys kind of at the end, even though it didn't work. I did like that. I thought that I'm going to give, like I said, Chet a B. Considering where he started compared to where he finished, he still got a lot of work. He's really slow. He cannot defend on the wing, like I've said all along. He's got to be there to protecting the rim, and he did do that. What did he have?
4 blocks?
In fact,
4 blocks?
Yeah, what is, let me do the box score. We did not do the box score today. We'll do that right now while we're sitting here. J-Dub had 21.
Like 6 for 14.
Yeah, J-Dub was, he had 22 minutes. Jang played 30 minutes, 1 for 11, 1 for 5.
1 for 11.
1 for 5.
Yeah, that's awful.
J-Dub was 8 for 14,
I don't know, man.
3 for 5. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just saying, I think, to me, that's who I really kind of wanted to see, him and Chet this summer. Jang needs to dominate, not dominate, but he needs to play well against this competition.
Yeah.
I mean, to me.
Right.
You drafted him 11. He needs
we
to
gave
dominate
up
this
draft picks to get him. And I'm thinking of all the guys you could have gave up that you let go to get him. I'm going.
Yeah.
I could have thought. I mean, there was 4 or 5 guys, and I'm thinking you drafted up for that, and you could have got these 4 guys.
One of them we saw tonight. I mean, and I don't think he's gonna. I think he'd probably be an okay role player, but I don't think he's not gonna be anything special. But Ochai Obat.
Yeah, we could have got him. Let that go.
Yeah, could have had him. Could have AJ Griffin. AJ Griffin.
It was unbelievable, dude.
Down in Atlanta.
Yeah, I'm like, I didn't. Yeah, but anyway, Sam likes what he likes. Chet Holmgren, 29 minutes. That's a lot of minutes. 6 for 14. 0 for 1 for 3. 3 for 6 from the free throw line. 9 rebounds. So not a bad stat line. 15 points, 9 rebounds, 4 blocks. and 2 assists. And he did make a really, really nice pass tonight, by the way, to Trey Mann, cutting to the basket. Really, really
Trey
nice
Mann,
pass.
yeah.
Jay Will, 29 minutes, which was a lot for him as well, but you had to have him on the floor. 3 for 4, 2 for 2, 8 points, which is about right for him. 13 rebounds. I like that stat line. I want him to be around 8, 10 points a game. 10 rebounds, and then 3, 4 charges. 3 to 4 charges.
I'd like to see him get a little more aggressive with his shot, man.
I would too. I like to shoot.
I know
he didn't take any threes tonight.
He shoots really well.
He took 0 threes,
which
tonight.
is weird because usually he's a 3-point shooter. I mean,
last year
40%.
Yep, 40%. Trey Mann, 33 minutes, 7 for 15, 4 for 8, 2 for 2, 7 rebounds, only 2 assists. You got to have more assists out of your point guard than that. You got to have.
He's not. Yeah, he's not going
more
to
assists than that. You can't do that. I mean, assist wise, what did we have? 3, 5, 7, 10, 12, 13, 15, 16 assists for the game. That's it.
You got to have more than that. Got to have more than that.
Yeah, we averaged 20. I think, what did we average last year? 24 and a half assists last year.
Something like that. Yeah.
Then Shackelford, 4 for 10, 3 for 7, 11 points. I like that kid. I think he could be our guy.
I do too.
Step in. His stroke looks really good. He does not look the moment does not look too big for him. 11 points, 5 rebounds. Like I said, 3 for 7 from 3, and 2 misses he had. I can't believe they didn't go down. Maldonado, 13 minutes, 2 for 3, 1 for 1, 6 points. Not a bad outing. 6 points, 5 rebounds. You like that kid Maldonado, don't you?
I think so. Yeah, I think he probably did. My problem is
for sure.
I see all these guys and I really like them, but man, this roster crunch is going to be crazy.
We're solid. Guard wise, we're solid. We're solid. We're strong guard wise. I mean, there's no question. Butler, 19 minutes, 3 for 7, 1 for 4. The 5 turnovers were just not good at all. 10 points.
No.
Man, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 1 steal. That's not a very good stat line. He's going to have to do better than that. And then Zaire Smith only playing 3 minutes, kind of there at the end. 1 offensive rebound, 0 points, no shots. When 3 minutes, it's kind of hard to do anything in 3 minutes anyway. But I was really pleased at what I saw from the Thunder overall as a team. Like I said, I give them a good B minus. I'm gonna give them a B minus because I think that J Dub and J Will played so great, and Chet played good that brought up those other guys that played. A couple guys that played C-level games, Bs. So that's kind of where I'm at. A good solid B minus area. Lower a B, but more closer to a B minus than a B plus. I guess that's a better way.
Yeah.
That's a better way to put it.
I like that.
But I like what I saw.
I've got it recorded. I'm going to go back and watch the fourth quarter and see what
you didn't.
all the turnovers were about.
I'm not trying. I barely watched the fourth quarter. I was like, I can't watch this mess. To me, I'm one of these guys that, I see what I see. My eye test is my eye test. I'm trying. It was garbage time. We were up 20. He had to put some guys back in the game. It's just, I'm over it. But you go ahead and torture yourself and watch it.
I'm a glutton for punishment, man. It's okay.
I'm ready for Wednesday. That's what I am. I'm ready for Wednesday. So, all right, my brother. Appreciate you.
Yeah, absolutely, Matt. Thank you very much.
All right, brother. That's my guy, Nathan Taylor. Appreciate his input. He's going to be joining me quite a bit on the Thunder after the Storm broadcasts or the live streams. So he'll be joining. Plus, remember, we are going to be at some point, hopefully, if everything goes well, we'll be doing a live stream plus a podcast. So it'll be more of a podcast for everything. The Unpopular Hour will be doing the same thing for that. We will be more of that than we will be everything else. But here's how you can get in touch with us or watch us, mcsportsnetwork.com. That's www.mcsportsnetwork.com. After the Storm, #OKC Thunder postgame analysis, the Unpopular Hour -- Matt Clark. And subscribe, like, and hit notifications because I can see some of this. Like I saw some guy the other day that was a Thunder guy, and he had 3,000 followers. And I'm like, and I listened to him, I'm like, who the hell is listening to you? I'm like, you don't have a clue what the hell you're talking about. And these guys, he's 3,000 followers. I'm like, but my job is to educate and get you guys smarter because I'm just looking at him like, I can't do it. I can't do it. So that being said, hey, everybody be safe. Enjoy the 4th tomorrow. And we will see you on Wednesday. We will not be on the air tomorrow for the 4th of July, but we will be back Wednesday for the Unpopular Hour in the afternoon. And, of course, Wednesday night we will be back for the Thunder Show. And you got something going on, Nate, Wednesday night?
No, I think I'll be here.
Okay, well, we have plenty of time to talk about it. So hopefully we'll have Nate back to kind of see what his thoughts after he's tortured himself watching the fourth quarter.
Oh man, yeah. Well, and we're gonna have plenty to talk about. I'm telling you, Lofton's gonna light him up. I mean, I hope not, but I think it's going to probably happen.
Let's just not. Remember, good things. Like I said, I hope that I'm wrong about
Good things,
Chet.
that's right.
Like I said, I hope I'm wrong about Chet, but what I've seen after today, I think I'm pretty much on point on what I said he's going to be able to do. So, except block more shots.
Hey, that just means we don't have to pay a max contract out, right, in 3 years?
Yeah, they're going to give him money. They're going to pay him, I do believe that. So, that being said, hey, everybody be safe out there.